You know what amazes me about business in the digital age? Your next big opportunity could be just one click away. Today, I want to share some powerful strategies that help you not just exist online, but truly stand out and thrive in the digital landscape. Let's start with something crucial, your online presence. Did you know that 93% of buying processes begin with an online search? But here's the thing, having a website isn't enough anymore. Think about how you use the internet. You probably bounce between social media, email, blogs, and search engines, right? Your potential customers are doing the same thing. The secret is being visible where your ideal customers are already spending their time. It's like fishing. You need to cast your line where the fish are swimming. I worked with a local bookkeeper who was struggling to get noticed online. She was posting randomly on every platform she could find, but nothing was sticking. Then we did something interesting. Instead of trying to be everywhere, we studied where her ideal clients spent most of their time. Turns out they were primarily active on LinkedIn during business hours and Instagram in the evenings. By focusing her energy on these platforms and creating content specifically for each audience, her engagement tripled in just 2 months. But here's the really fascinating part. Her website traffic increased by 150% because people were actually seeking her out after discovering her content. Now, getting people to find you online is great, but what happens next is crucial, your sales process. Think about the last time you had a really smooth buying experience. Maybe it was ordering something online or working with a particularly well-organized service provider. What made it feel so effortless? The best sales processes are like a well-choreographed cadence. Each step flows naturally into the next. No awkward pauses, no confusion about what happens next. Let me share something fascinating about this. I recently worked with a photography studio that was losing clients between their initial inquiry and booking. Their process involved multiple emails, phone calls, and a complicated pricing sheet. It was like they were accidentally creating obstacles for their own clients. We simplified everything into a 3-step process: a discovery call, package selection, and booking. Each step had clear actions and expectations. Their conversion rate jumped from 20% to 45% almost immediately. Speaking of making things easier for clients, let's talk about something that can dramatically increase your average transaction value: strategic cross-selling. But here's the key with cross-selling. It's not about pushing more products. It's about creating genuine value through thoughtful combinations. Think about a great waiter who suggests the perfect wine to complement your meal. They're not just selling wine, they're enhancing your entire dinner experience. I love how Apple does this. When you buy an iPhone, they don't just try to sell you any random accessories. They suggest specific items that enhance your experience: a protective case, AirPods, or Apple Care. Each suggestion makes sense and adds real value. The magic happens when cross-selling feels like helpful advice rather than a sales pitch. I worked with a home organizing business that transformed their approach to cross-selling. Instead of just offering organizing services, they created a settled-in service where they'd help clients maintain their organized spaces with quarterly check-ins and seasonal refreshes. Their average client value increased by 85%, and clients loved the ongoing support. Now let's talk about something that can really expand your business footprint: strategically growing your range of products or services. Think about how Amazon started with books and gradually expanded to, well, everything. But here's what's interesting. Successful range expansion isn't about adding random products. It's about understanding your customer's journey and growing alongside their needs. A great example is how many yoga studios now offer meditation classes, nutrition coaching, and wellness workshops. They recognize that their clients weren't just interested in yoga poses, they were seeking overall wellness. But here's the crucial part that many businesses miss. Each new offering should naturally flow from your core business. I worked with a pet groomer who wanted to expand their services. Instead of jumping into unrelated pet services, they carefully added options that their existing clients needed, like nail trimming workshops, pet photography sessions, and natural pet care products. Their number of transactions per client doubled, not because they were pushing more services, but because they were solving more problems for their clients. Finally, let's talk about something that directly impacts your bottom line: price optimization. Now, I know talking about pricing can make some business owners nervous, but here's something fascinating. Studies show that 80% of businesses are underpricing their products or services. Think about it. When was the last time you really analyzed your pricing strategy? Many businesses set their prices when they start and rarely revisit them, even as their expertise and value grow. The key is understanding that price isn't just about covering costs. It's about reflecting value. I recently worked with an architect who was charging the same rates she'd set 3 years ago, despite having gained significantly more experience and achieving better results for her clients. We analyzed her value proposition, market position, and client results and realized she was seriously undervaluing her services. After carefully restructuring her pricing and communicating the value behind it, she increased her rates by 40%. You know what happened? She didn't lose a single client. In fact, her clients started taking her advice more seriously because her pricing now reflected her true value. When you combine all these strategies, strong online presence, streamlined sales process, strategic cross-selling, thoughtful range expansion, and optimized pricing, you create a business that's not just growing, but thriving sustainably. Remember, these aren't just theoretical concepts. These are proven strategies that businesses like yours are using every day to achieve remarkable growth. Want to learn more about implementing these strategies in your business? I've created a free resource that walks you through each concept in detail with practical steps you can take right away. You'll find the link in the description below.